So on the 13th of September, London is going to be extremely busy. There's two marches. Tommy Robinson's march is going on. And then the anti-racism march is going on. There's also 5 football teams that are playing at home in London stadiums. And there's also going to be tube strikes as well. And I can imagine there's probably going to be a Muslim presence as well to counterattack the Tommy Robinson march. So is it a coincidence that all of these things are happening at the same time? With the strikes, with the football matches? It's not a coincidence. The enemy is setting all of this up for the silent overthrow that the UK is currently experiencing is going to now get physical. The Lord has already revealed to me in a vision where he explained that the people that have come over into the country, the migrants, that they are here for a purpose, to kick off civil war. So I asked the Lord, is this the day that civil war is going to break out into the UK? And what he did, he led me to 1 Kings, I believe, 1 Kings chapter 16 verse 9, and that chapter is talking about a king in Israel who was ruling. He was ruling for 2 years, and then his commander of half of his chariots conspired against him to kill him and to take his place as king. So just plainly saying it's an overthrow. The same way that this situation was an overthrow with these kings, it's the same thing that's going to be happening now. It's not an outside attack that is going to attack. It's not coming from the outside. It's coming from inside, from within, the enemy from within. The same way that this servant of the king, who was a commander, attacked him from within. It wasn't an outsider. He is just saying it's the same thing that's going to be happening in the UK. So he's saying that. He also took me to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 2. And forgive me, it's not actually Proverbs chapter 10 verse 2. I can't remember where I got this from, but it says, those with understanding of the times are wise. I mean, with everything that is going on, including the government having been awarded funding to be able to hold 700 plus bodies from a marquee company, and they putting it out there on their website, like they know something is going to happen because they're planning for it, and they're letting us know that they're planning for it. So with everything that is happening, if you can't discern right now that something's up, you know what? You're not wise. The Bible is saying that those who understand the times are wise. If you are if you're looking at what is happening and you're understanding, look, something's up, you're wise, because then you can prepare yourself and your home and your family. Many people, unfortunately, are not aware of what is happening because they're too busy asleep. They are just asleep in this world, going about their everyday life, not actually looking up to see what is happening in our country. So those will be the people who are going to have to feel the effects of what is going to happen on the 13th. Whether they're going to go out to these marches, they're going to be present, but it's going to kick off, okay? And the Lord is like telling us beforehand, so we do not end up in these places, but people just don't want to listen. So if you don't want to listen to instructions or wisdom of the Lord, then you're going to have to feel it. That's the problem. So with everything that's going on in the UK, it's not to find yourself in this out and about on that day, because it's going, like, he's basically telling us civil war is starting with the tube strikes, with the football stadium, with the football teams playing at home, and the marches. Like, do you think this is just all a coincidence? It's not a coincidence. They have set all of this up because they want to unleash their evil upon the people. But when you put your faith in Jesus Christ and you trust in him and you hear from him, and you know, the word of God says that, Jesus said that his people hear him and they follow him wherever he goes. So the best thing to do, to hear from the Lord and to follow the instructions, because the instructions that he's going to give you is going to save you, going to keep you from harm's way. So don't be compelled to go to these places. Stay in your house and let whatever it is that these people are planning just unfold, and trust in the Lord that he's going to protect you in your household. That is why a lot of the time he's been telling people, stock up. Make sure you're stocking up on food, perishable items, and basic essentials, candles, light, torches, things like that, because when this kicks off, what happens after war? There's going to be a lack of resources. There's going to be a lack of food. There's going to be a lack of, services. So the Lord has been telling people from ages to stock up. And if you're awake and you're listening to, and you're sober and you're listening to the voice of the Lord, then you would have done these things. But if you disregard and you take for granted the times that we're living in, you are going to feel the effects of it because you're not prepared. So I just pray that as it's today, the 1st of September, that you and your household prepared in your hearts and practically for your households, because this is all orchestrated by the enemy, and the Lord is using this to judge the people, because you do not heed wise instruction. You do not regard the things of God. If you regarded the things of God, that you would be hearing from him and listening to his instructions. Don't be those types of people who have to feel it because they don't hear it. If you don't hear, then you're going to have to feel. Don't fall into that category of those people who are going to have to feel it, because it could be your life, cost you your life. So the Lord, when you're hearing from the Lord, he's going to protect you. Like, it's that simple. He's going to be protecting his people. And there's nothing for us to be afraid of, because we have faith in Jesus. And we know that no matter what happens, whether we lose our lives or not, we are going to return back to him, because we already have placed our faith and trust in Jesus Christ. So if you do not know the Lord, if you do not have a relationship with Jesus Christ, I'm telling you, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to seek after him for salvation, because we don't know what the world is going to look like for the UK after the 13th of September. Many people could lose their lives. So I would encourage you and urge you to get right with God and allow him to save you. Okay, the gospel of Jesus Christ is about God saying to you, it's not about him coming to you angrily saying, oh, I'm going to throw you in hell because you don't listen to me. He's saying, you're already on your way to hell. Now let me save you.